Uh, anyway, hi
Yeah,
gamers. We're doing
hello.
something different today. We're playing a multiplayer game because
Yeah.
Michael's recording is fucked.
Hey, it's
It,
not my fault.
it's not your fault. We don't know what's wrong with it.
Yeah, for reference. Well, one, as much as I'd like to be in the chair, God has other plans
Yeah.
and made it so that I was gonna record Dark Souls 3 The Convergence, which is a mod that basically changes the whole game, blah blah blah. It's fun, it emphasizes magic more, it's neat.
Mhm.
Um, but when I went to record it on OBS,
It's just purple.
everything was purple, which is odd because when I opened up my old video files, like for anybody who's been around since like the beginning, which I doubt there's anybody still here that is, but my Luigi's Mansion files were purple too. I they weren't purple when I recorded them initially.
I
I
feel
can
like it's
promise you that.
gotta be something in your drivers. You should tell Andrew to update his shit. Like,
Yeah, I will because that seems problematic to say the least.
yeah.
I have
But
anticipated
so now we're
your
playing
arrival.
Exoprimal.
You
Yeah,
will
it's this neat
participate
little
in a
game by
variety of
Capcom. You
exploratory
fight
combat
dinosaurs,
scenarios I have
and you're
prepared.
on a team of like
You
5,
showed
I
great
think?
potential
Hmm.
during your
Or so?
previous
I'm pretty
outing
sure.
at the airport
Yeah,
campaign.
5.
I anticipate quality results in subsequent
And
attempts.
yeah, kill dinosaurs is what you
Yes.
said, right? Yeah, Capcom knows how to make good games, it turns out.
Yeah, they do.
I'd say they're like probably the best developer overall right now. I
I
can't
do like
think of
them quite a
anyone
bit.
better. FromSoft maybe, because Armored Core 6 is coming out
Let us
in like
begin.
a week
I
and a
will
half,
test
2
the
weeks,
Yeah.
and that game is probably going to go insanely
Have
hard.
a super day.
I will not be playing, but looks
Yeah.
too complicated for my
Interdimensional
T brain.
transfer complete. The war game will begin shortly. Have a super
But
day.
Capcom, Monster Hunter, Street
Yeah.
Fighter
You will
6
now
came out
engage
recently, and
in
that
a
game is
dinosaur combat
fucking
test.
amazing. From what I've
It-
heard, I don't play
Follow the watcher.
fighting games.
Transmission interrupted. Initiating
I can
dinosaur
enjoy
call.
a good fighting game.
Preparing combat area.
Yeah,
But-
like I downloaded the demo on my PS5, and I think I would have had a better time if I had a fight stick because
That seems more
Um,
your speed, fight stick, honestly.
the controller I was jumping like whenever like I didn't want to jump, so when I was doing motion inputs, there were times when
Yeah.
I just couldn't. Like for example, I play my fighting game of choice is Smash, which is as cringe as it
Yeah.
is to say. Not anymore. I haven't played it in like a year competitively, but that was pretty good. And I can like there are a bunch of fighting game characters in that game that have motion inputs, like Kazuya, Terry from what's it, King of Fighters, and Ryu and all that.
Yeah.
And I can do a Shoryuken input no problem. But it also helps that I have tap jump turned off, so I can't accidentally jump in the middle of the motion input. And Street Fighter has nothing
Yeah.
like that.
Than the enemy team.
You can
So-
absolutely do that, and it can really fuck you.
Proceed.
Because
Yeah,
Street Fighter
I mean-
is a very bouncy fighter, in terms of you should be jumping a lot to get into combos and whatnot.
Dinosaur call
Well,
mission.
sometimes.
Combat area.
Yeah, it depends on the character, really, but a lot of characters do have some pretty big aerial play in that game.
Yeah. But I could barely fucking fireball. I could not sandblast with Luke to save my life.
Summon. Main package
I could not do quarter circle forward, and it was so annoying.
You would hate Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Because that
I mean,
game
it's-
uses motion control. It uses motion controls for spells, and spells are obviously really good.
Yeah, well, is up jump, or is it a button to jump?
Yes.
call.
Fuck.
It's both on at least PS4, the port of it. I don't know about
Follow the watcher. Proceed to next mission.
Can you
On
turn
PC.
up to jump
Dinosaur
off?
call.
I mean, I definitely can on computer,
Please wait.
but
Oh, that's not a good sign.
Summon.
Alright, maybe I won't be playing that game.
I mean, I don't think you'd be playing it either way. I'd probably be playing that just because that's my field.
Oh yeah, no, I mean like, casually. I won't be
Oh,
playing that
casually,
game.
yeah. That's
I
fair.
love me a good Metroidvania.
I'd argue Castlevania Symphony of the Night's the best, but I'm biased. It's my favorite game.
Yeah. Have you played Hollow Knight?
I have. I do like Hollow Knight a lot. I like Shovel Knight a lot too, but you know.
Famous Metroidvania.
Yeah. I mean, it is. It is. It's just more direct
think
about
so?
being levels. Yeah. A bunch of the old Metroidvanias have levels in them, like Castlevania Rondo of Blood. Actually, every old Castlevania game does.
Yeah, that's true.
We don't talk about the 3D ones because they're awful.
Yes, I've seen those.
Yeah, no, Castlevania Lord of Darkness or Lord of Shadows or whatever, it's not a video game, it's a suggestion of one.
That's not what you want to hear from that game developer.
No, it's not. We are currently getting decimated by the enemies, by the way.
Oh yeah, I feel like... explain to me your character real quick.
I'm basically a healer. I do, like, watch this guy's health bar, I do that, he goes to green. I give over shields and stuff, and I can fly, and that's my gimmick.
Cool.
Neat thing about this is if I wanted to, which I guess I could, it's T. I can switch. If I,
oh, like, immediately?
Yes.
Oh, that's really cool. Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. You do it, you wait for the thing to charge, then I do this. And then I'm back in.
Good system.
It is a very neat system.
Yeah.
I suppose this is probably a little more interesting to watch than haha Healy boy.
I will say, I like in class-based games, like I don't know, I don't play MOBAs, but I used to play when Pokemon Unite came out. I played that with my little brother. It was pretty fun for a little bit.
Yeah.
And I would always play like support or tank characters. I was never a big fan of damage.
I normally get railroaded into playing support by my friends because they obviously everybody loves damage characters, so I'm just kind of dedicated support dude.
Yeah, I always like watching supports.
I think really support is really fun because it's more of a, like, I guess, like watching experience of it.
Yeah.
Like there's legitimately more you're doing than
instead of shoot that
damage.
guy.
Yeah, shoot that guy.
Yeah.
Occasionally use
shoot
another
that
ability.
Guy and shoot friends. Yeah.
But I know for a fact that generally damage is more fun to watch. Unfortunately.
Yeah, probably.
For most people at least. I think it's more of a rare thing to really like.
Yeah.
Support characters.
Like, in Splatoon 3, there isn't really a dedicated support weapon. Like, there's no like healing in that game because that would be broken with how the system works.
Yeah, I think most things in Splatoon just seem broken innately in how they work.
Yeah, it's not a particularly balanced game.
Yeah, I don't think that's kind of the point of it. I don't think it's meant to be balanced.
Well, they try their best, but...
They try, but it's not...
It's Nintendo. Nintendo's not good at making their games good.
Yeah.
But, like, I typically play backline in that game, which is as close to support as you can get.
Yeah. Like, imagine that's providing people, like, paint and stuff to work with.
Yeah. Like, I don't play snipers because I think snipers are cringe, but I do play, like, there's a Gatling gun class that I play a lot that sits in the back and, like, flanks and, like, it can do damage, but it's meant to, like, sit back, paint your spawn, and, well, no. What am I talking? I haven't played this game in months. It's meant to paint behind your teammates so they can swim backwards when
swim back
they're getting
into it.
pushed. Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah. Fun game. Online sucks.
Yeah.
Nintendo Online sucks. Womp womp.
Yeah. You were talking about modding of like the convergence. How was your first time doing that? Recently, it's similar but not exactly the same. I was recently doing emulation of a PS3 game, which is it's the game series that precedes Nier. It's Drakengard. I emulated Drakengard 3 onto my computer, which was honestly absolutely a bitch to do. It sucked to do because the program I'm using, which is the best one, RPCS3, I believe is what it's called. Yeah, RPCS3, so I can see it on my desktop. the instructions to it just straight up lie to you on how to set it up. It's just wrong information. Like, even if you have the games, like your old hard drive for your PS3, which I don't know where the old PS3 is. I know we have it, but I have no idea where it is.
Yeah.
It presumes you have that, so you can just kind of use it as the basis for stuff. Which, you know, sure, guess it's a good idea. But
that's the legal way of doing it.
It's the legal way, but it's not the way most people are going to be doing it.
Yeah.
I guess maybe if they like to avoid a lawsuit from Sony, yeah, sure.
Well, okay, when people say, yeah, I emulated a game,
you think piracy.
9 times out of 10, I'm pirating a game.
Yes.
Like,
which I may or may not have done to Drakengard 3.
Dude, I pirated, like, well, okay, the pirating laws are really weird, right? Because when you're doing Luigi's Mansion on the channel, technically, I wasn't pirating the game, air quotes, because I owned the game physically.
Yes.
So even though I had a downloaded ROM of the game and I was using that on Dolphin, I still wasn't pirating it, because I already gave Nintendo their money.
Yeah.
By the way, that's a stupid thing to say, Nintendo fanboys, because old games, you're not giving Nintendo your money. You're giving the seller the money. They're not getting anything out of it. So, fuck off.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, but I've emulated, I'm not sure if I've ever emulated a game I didn't own already. Like, for the channel, I've emulated Luigi's Mansion, Ocarina of Time 3D. I think that's it, but those games I already own. But I would not be opposed to pirating something. I don't care. Old games
I'm not.
deserve to be pirated.
Legitimately, I'm open for piracy because legitimately, if you need to like see what a game looks like or how it works, I think it's a great thing. I don't like for Cyberpunk. Like, yeah, I eventually bought the game, but initially I had no intention of buying it, but I got to see it, and that made me want to buy it.
Did you buy it near launch, or did you buy it like long after?
I bought it long after. I bought it pretty recently, actually.
Okay, well that's good because I would have called you an idiot for buying it any sooner.
No, I pirated it at launch because I wanted to see what it was like. Yeah. I was curious. By the way, that's a player controlling the big dinosaur.
Oh, really?
Tell by the, yeah, you get this thing called a Dominator at the end of the match, which lets you control the big dinosaur and
well, good for them.
Fight it, yep. I don't know who on our team has it now, but
oh well. So you're emulating Drakengard?
I am emulating Drakengard. I might play it on my channel, honestly, because it's a hilarious game. It's like from that era where games aren't trying to be funny, but inadvertently for the things they do, it's hilarious. And it's a great game because it's made by the people who made Nier, but it's still just very funny. Like the random slow-mo panel, I think is legitimately one of my favorite inventions by video game developers ever, especially from that era.
Yeah. By the way, check out James' channel.
Yeah, Bambus Fallback. I think it's linked because we have our host section.
It is linked. Yes, sir.
Demonstrate the necessary skills to avoid.
He'll be uploading Resident Evil 6 soon.
Yeah, at least the rest of it. I might just straight up play it on my own because the guy I was playing with it just stopped.
Oh, that sucks.
Which is unfortunate, but I'm not mad. He has real life stuff going on, so I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I'm not a dick, obviously.
I can't believe you don't want to play Resident Evil 6 with me when
I know.
Your children need food.
But yeah, no.
Oh yeah. I was just gonna say, speaking of real life stuff,
moving.
what college are you going to? Yeah.
I'm going to Millersville.
Where's that?
It's kind of near Philly.
Okay.
But not really. It's closer to Westchester actually.
Okay. Is it like what? Is it a good college or?
Yeah, especially for what I'm going for, which is teaching, which I think is ironic because I remember you saying you were gonna go be a biology teacher a while
Chemistry
ago.
now, but.
Chemistry?
I am still planning to teach.
Yeah, I'm going in for history.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah. I had a really, really good AP World teacher in my senior year, and that pretty much made me want to bite the bullet. Honestly, I was already kind of feeling it because of one teacher I had in 7th grade. Won't name drop him, obvious. Well, I'm not gonna name drop him in the video, but
why not? If is it Kernahan?
No, it wasn't a history teacher. It was a math teacher, actually.
Oh, okay. So I was like, dude, oh my fucking god. Speaking of Kernahan, his older brother, during the COVID, I just found this out, during the COVID era, one of his students, like Zoom bombed him or whatever it was called at the time, and like recorded his reaction.
Oh,
and
that's...
He was like, yeah, and the person doing it came in anonymously, so they like didn't have their name set on Zoom, and he said, "Show yourself, coward."
Oh, that's so...
It's fucking hilarious. And apparently he got put on a Zoom bombing compilation video on YouTube under like a huge YouTuber that was doing that at the time.
Oh no.
So presumably hundreds of thousands of people have seen Mr. Kernahan shout into the ether. And I think that's awesome.
That's such a good, like, just bit, I guess would be the best way to describe it.
Yeah. It's the last thing I would expect.
Yeah. Anyway, back to college stuff. Where are you going?
I am taking a gap year.
That's fair.
Yeah.
But do you have a plan of where you're going to go? Or you want to go? Not really?
Because I'm going to community college afterwards to save a lot of money.
That's fair.
And you can kind of just go wherever with that. It's going to be local, but
yeah,
that's all I know. But
honestly,
right now I'm just focusing on finding a job.
On a legitimate recommendation, Millersville is only $11,000 a year.
Wow.
It's pretty cheap, yeah.
That's pretty fucking cheap, yeah.
I think I'm projected, since I think teaching is 2 years-ish of college, I believe. I'm sure it's 2 to 4. It depends for like my teaching certificate.
It's 4. Oh, for the teaching certificate, I think it's 2. But
and then the other 2 would be towards my history degree.
Yeah. But then you have to do a whole bunch of other stuff with teaching.
Whole bunch of other stuff, yeah, student teaching. But I think that is while you're in college, which is neat.
I think so, because what was Mr. Who was Atkins' student teacher? McCormick.
Yes, Mr.
What was McCormick doing? Was he still in college during that, or was that like...
I believe so. I think so.
Yeah.
Because I've also had a couple student teachers. I had one in my psych class.
Okay.
Junior year.
Dude, McCormick's teaching at Henderson now. It's fucking weird.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I think I remember him being there. Before...
I don't know if he was
teaching
freshman year.
No, I totally remember Mr. McCormick showing up at Henderson in, like, the schedule thing. I think he might have been teaching astronomy.
Yeah, that sounds right. I know he's teaching one of those, relation sciences.
Yeah.
Exo Fighters, welcome to your war game.
Which is just... It's such a neat thing to see something like that happen, honestly. Seeing someone go from a teacher and then go into high school and seeing them be a teacher.
Yeah.
And noted on your
now, no shade to Mr. McCormick. Well, all the shade. I didn't like him. He was kind of weird. But yeah, good for him for
like doing his thing.
The American education system, yeah.
Yeah. I want to see if I can just stay tank depending on who these guys go. Yeah, I can just stay a healer, not tank. I don't feel like playing DPS. I enjoy healers so much more.
Ace James.
It's legitimately, I got railroaded in it too so hard that I'm just stuck playing healer, like, mentally.
You've been Pavloved.
Pretty much, honestly. Like, it's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, you need a good healer.
You do need a good healer. If you have a bad healer, it fucks so much.
I'd argue it's more important than having good damage. Well, yeah. Maybe not. But...
Whoa, I've never seen this before. A laggy cutscene?
Here, let's reduce video article. Yeah, I'm good.
You alright?
gonna exit the stream and then come back in, or is the cutscene itself doing this?
This cutscene is lagging.
Hold on. Stop watching. Okay.
Yeah, no, it's not
Watch
you.
stream.
It's not the stream. It's
No, mine was completely paused. It was me.
okay. Mine was just straight up lagging, which I've never seen this, but
Yeah. I mean, this is an online game, so you can't.
it's an
expect too
online
much.
game. Yeah, this is weird.
Yeah.
This little union of ours has some major potential.
Oh yeah. Dude, this year's insane for video games.
Oh, absolutely, dude.
How about this?
Oh,
In the next
by the way,
2 months.
I'm getting a PS5.
Hell yeah.
Because I have the Spider-Man PS4 Pro, so I was like, fuck it, it's an investment. Spider-Man PS5.
Are you gonna sell your PS4 and then?
I'm going to let them appreciate in value.
Do not lose sight
Okay.
of your purpose in my war.
Both because I think that's legitimately a collector's set if I have both of them.
My instructions.
Yeah, probably. So you're just like buying the PS5 straight up?
I am, yeah.
Or
It's
are you-
pre-ordered right now.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
You are going to love it because that's
I
my
know.
first PlayStation console, the PS5.
Yeah, I love PlayStation stuff so much after I've had so many, like,
Unsanctioned intervention during combat testing is not permitted.
so many
Initial
Xboxes have just bricked on me.
Security systems
Yeah.
activate. Initiating mission.
Speaking of Xbox, Jesus Christ.
Too far from the combat zone.
Oh yeah,
Bunch of
they've got
bozos.
Activision and
Or
Blizzard
receive
now.
a forced transfer.
Absolutely insane that they're allowed to do that.
It is, honestly, I'm sick of companies buying each other at this point. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Listen,
Any monopolies in the
Yeah,
chat?
basically.
dinos are a chubby toddler.
Like shit's getting insane,
Yeah.
Whatever else away from my backside, got it?
and I don't trust Microsoft to do anything good with their acquisitions.
Yeah, not really.
5% complete, keep it up.
Summoning raptors.
Like, I guess I could care less if they have COD, but
Yeah, I don't. It doesn't even matter. I don't play any Activision Blizzard games. I don't play COD. I don't play Diablo. I don't play Overwatch. Whatever.
I was half interested in Diablo because, you know, I like grindy games like that. I fuck with Destiny, but
Yeah, I play Monster
They-
Hunter. I was gonna buy Diablo 4, but then I heard
they
it
just
sucked.
seem to be doing bad shit to it after, like,
Yeah.
really bad patches.
Like I heard it started off as a really good game. and
Yeah,
they
like, it
just
started
made
off really
worse.
good and they just updated it to be worse for some reason.
Yeah. Speaking of Monster Hunter,
The DLC's out for that, isn't it?
yeah, it's been out for like a year.
Oh, well, listen, I haven't bought it yet, mostly
You
because
should. It's really good.
I only really got into Monster Hunter Rise recently, even though I bought it pretty early on because I love World. But I just really hated how slow Rise starts out, like literally slow. Oh, I'm about to die.
Like, what do you mean?
Like, I mained Insectglaive in World, and starting out it was just so much slower, like movement wise and Rise.
Were you using the wire bug correctly?
Yes, I've
Okay.
gotten to the point where I pretty much know what I'm doing with the wire bug. But I really what I just needed to do was apparently I just needed to switch fucking weapons because I used the bow. And I was like, damn, this is so much more fun.
That's the great thing about Monster Hunter. Everything's good.
Yeah.
But you know, I get what you mean. But I think Rise has ruined me in a way that.
In what way?
When I never really played World, like I owned it on Xbox, I think, but that was years ago, and I just couldn't get into it for whatever reason. Like, I started off with Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, which is a 3DS game and like widely considered one of the best in the series. But
Yeah.
it's very different to World because it's a lot slower. It's a lot.
Yeah. It's
a
much
lot
more of a
dated.
slower burn.
Yeah. And when World came out, I simply could not get into it for whatever reason. I just didn't like
It's so
the.
fast, I guess.
Yeah, but it's also so slow in a way. Like the tracking at the beginning of the game, if you don't
Yeah.
know where you're going, it's
you get
so
fucking
slow.
lost, yeah.
Yeah, and I was getting frustrated with that, so I never really played. But then Rise came out on the Switch, and I bought that. Andrew and I bought that day one because we were like, oh yeah, another Monster Hunter we can play together. We can grind this for like hundreds of hours, and we did. But the wire bug is such a
It's such a
beautiful
fun
addition
tool.
to Monster Hunter
Summoning sniper.
that the next Monster Hunter game, when it inevitably doesn't have the wire bug, it's going to be so upsetting. I don't know what to do.
That's pretty much my reaction with limited switch wave movement and Rise. That's pretty much my
Yeah.
reason for not liking it. It's like, Jesus, I'm not fast anymore. Like, most of the reason I could get through content is because of how unbelievably fast I was
Proceed
Yeah.
to
with
next
the
mission.
insect blade, which sure, kind of broken in some instances, but also you can get knocked out of the air and just fucking get demolished by something, by some monsters,
Yeah.
so...
Wargame operations is
That's
prohibited.
why I play
got-
Lance.
Yeah.
Slow-ass weapon, but you poke a lot. You don't get hit.
Just a little longer.
Yeah, bow is pretty much just, it's very quick in some instances, but you got really long wind-up moves that deal a lot of
Let's
damage.
go.
Yeah.
And setting those up is fun. Like, crippling a monster with arrows is just
Unauthorized
enjoyable.
exofighter detected.
Yeah, no, it's every weapon is fun,
Participation
except for heavy bowgun. Lol, I don't like heavy bowgun.
I don't like heavy bowgun either.
It's probably more fun in World
Elimination.
than
No,
Rise.
not really.
No.
It's just not fun, period, really.
Womp womp. That's okay. We can have one dud.
Yeah.
Increasing hazard level to maximum. Carnage
Oh
module
god
online.
damn.
Yeah, that
Consider this
auto-locked my
superior
character.
dinosaur threat
Yeah.
An opportunity for professional growth.
But
Prepare
Monster Hunter
for battle.
Tokyo Game Show happens next month,
Oh yeah.
and the creator of Monster Hunter on, I think somebody asked like, hey, when are we gonna see like big news from
1200?
Monster Hunter?
We can't afford
1200 what?
Dinosaurs, raptors specifically.
Oh my goodness.
What am I about to get hit with?
Is that two like big boys or like the player controlled ones, or is that different?
No, we're not fighting player controlled yet. This is still the first round, technically.
Oh, okay. Okay. That guy fucking died.
He did.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa.
But the creator of Monster Hunter tweeted or said in an interview or whatever, he said 3 words, Tokyo Game Show.
Okay, yeah,
So-
can't get this guy.
Something tells me we're gonna get
Some
news
kind
on
of
Monster Hunter
announcement.
6. Yeah. It's been, when did World come out? 2017, 2018? So, it's
World,
been
it's gotta be
5
earlier.
years.
It's gotta be way earlier. I think World might
You
be...
think?
Honestly, 2016, 2017.
Huh.
Iceborne is
Impressive for that game,
2018, I
Richard.
believe.
Oh, well then, yeah, okay. World,
Which is
well, yeah,
its
World, I know World
DLC.
came out 2 years before Iceborne.
Yeah, and Iceborne is literally basically just an entire other game
Yeah, same
as a
with
DLC.
Sunbreak.
Makes sense.
To a lesser extent, Sunbreak. I know Iceborne adds so much content.
It adds a fuck ton of monsters and an entire new area. Yeah.
Yeah. But I will say, if you like Rise even a little bit, Sunbreak makes the game like 5 times better. I'm not even exaggerating.
Makes sense. I'll probably pick it up eventually because I do genuinely enjoy the game.
Initiating dimensional transfer.
But Monster Hunter 6 is probably gonna come out next year because World got announced and then it came out like 5 months later or whatever.
That makes
Which is
sense.
crazy.
I promise you this.
So we're probably getting a new Monster Hunter in like March of 2024, which I'm super excited for.
Yeah.
And then we're also probably getting news on the Elden Ring DLC at Tokyo Game
Yeah.
Show.
Honestly, what I'm most excited for, at least like this gaming year, which technically extends to next year, is
Yeah.
Persona 3 Reloads coming out.
Dinosaurs to charge.
Yeah, I saw that.
Which honestly, that's probably a really, really good introduction to Persona for you, if I'm being for real.
Yeah, it's a turn-based RPG, right, Persona?
It's a turn-based RPG, yes.
Yeah. I haven't ever really played like a real one because like I don't count the Mario and Luigi games as real turn-based RPGs.
Summoning gas
But-
dinosaurs.
Like I'm more than willing to try.
I think, if anything, Persona 5 would probably be your best place to start, because it's generally considered the easiest.
Okay, then yeah, it's probably a good.
It's easiest, I'd start there.
Oh Jesus. The classic exploding dinosaur.
Yeah. My favorite Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Summoning a Carnotaurus.
I don't know what I'm most excited for.
Spider-Man
This or
2's
next
up
year
there,
or-
like this year exclusively. Spider-Man 2's up there for me.
Yeah, personally, I don't give a shit about
That's
the
fair.
Spider-Man games.
I really
But-
like Insomniac stuff.
Yeah, I don't. I
That's
can't
fair.
get into it for whatever reason.
No,
but
I get not liking superhero stuff.
Yeah, but I completely understand like the hype for it. It looks really like it looks pretty. I'll say that.
It does look very pretty.
Yeah. But I don't know. I think a lot of the stuff I'm excited for is a bunch of indie games. Well, I don't know if indie's the right word. Have you seen Lies of P?
I have seen Lies of P, and honestly, I am excited for it. It looks
Yeah.
cool.
Did you play the demo?
I did not. I don't know if it's on PS4. But it,
Oh yeah, it might not be. But I mean, if you pre-order PS5, you'll be able to play it before
Yeah.
the game comes out, probably.
oh wait,
It was
Baldur's
pretty
Gate
good.
3 I am really excited for.
Well, that game's out.
It's out,
So.
but I know, but
Yeah.
I haven't gotten to play it yet. It looks amazing.
Yeah, I
Looks
watched.
like a really good D&D game.
Yeah, I watched the demo for it in 2020 when it came out, and I said, "Wow, I can't believe
Right?
like the amount of shit you can do."
The
But-
sheer amount of crap, yeah, the sheer amount of stuff in that game is ridiculous.
Yeah, but I don't know how I'm gonna play it. 'Cause I feel like it probably wouldn't be that good on
I've
console.
actually read that the controller version and heard from people that I trust relatively that the controller port's actually really good,
Oh shit.
which they'll just use for.
Summoning gas fields.
I mean, if it's even like reasonably okay, I'm probably gonna pick up the
Yeah.
game because it looks incredible.
Yeah. It looks simply, just frankly awesome.
Yeah, almost unreal. Like the amount of like stuff they managed to do in that game. Like on a scale, I don't think what other game has like achieved something like this in the past 5 years. I'm not sure.
Something that scale, it's legitimately, it's a 100-hour game,
Yeah,
not made
like,
by a
what,
AAA
Divinity?
studio. Yeah, Divinity, I guess, maybe like,
Barrier breach. Enemy team has entered the final
Wait, is Divinity made by the same people?
I don't believe so.
has been generated.
It looks like they look like similar games. I'm gonna look this up actually. Divinity, Original Sin 2,
Game
developed.
creator, yeah.
It is the same people, Larian.
Is it? Huh.
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense. I guess Divinity.
Yeah. There you have it. That game came out 2017. That game just looks
Jesus.
like it came out more recent than that.
I mean, there's a lot of games like that. If you look at like the Batman Arkham Knight is obviously it's the best example I can think of. That game looks like it came out yesterday, honestly.
Dominator activated.
Yeah.
Take advantage
Um,
of this unique asset and
I don't know.
defeat
What's a
enemy
game that I can think of? Like, this is not worth my brain power, but now I'm curious. I don't know. There are parts of Dark Souls 3 that look like it came out pretty recently, but
Yeah.
other than that, the game looks not amazing,
The enemy
but it's
team
still
has
serviceable.
activated the Dominator. Enemy-controlled dinosaur incoming.
Yeah, I don't know, but like Lies of P,
Why the P?
that game, I played the demo and strength sucks, which I was upset about. Maybe not strength as a whole, but so the way the demo works that you
Summoning sniper.
can start with like 3 different classes or
Yeah, you
whatever.
start with
like
3.
yeah, dex, strength, and quality. So I chose strength initially because I like strength in Souls
Yeah.
games.
I mean, reasonable.
And yeah, and oh my god, it's so bad. It does. The greatsword is half the speed of the rapier that you get in the dex class. It does similar amounts of damage, and you can't like. So obviously, since the animations are longer, you can't dodge cancel out of it as quick. So my first playthrough, I might have it written down. So whenever I play a new Souls game, I write down the amount of attempts the bosses took me.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Has been reset.
Is it like a ridiculous amount of tries?
No. I
Just
think.
not write it down because you didn't think
I
about
don't
it.
think I wrote it down, but I can tell you right now. Let's see. I think the first boss took me 2 tries. My first playthrough with the great sword. Then the second boss took me 2 tries as well, and then the third boss took me like 6, 7, or 8. So it's like the boss of the game, like the Father Gascoigne or the
Yeah.
whatever.
It's the real boss.
Yeah, it's the blood-starved beast of Lies of P. which I first tried, by the way. My first playthrough Bloodborne. Lol. But then the second playthrough, obviously I have game knowledge now, but the rapier is just so fucking broken. It does so much damage. It does like same damage as the great sword. It's twice as fast, and it's so much better. So I like second or third tried the Bloodstar Beast in Liza P.
Yeah.
The enemy team
And it was fun. Good game. I hope strength is more balanced in the final build.
Yeah, and not just awful. Or maybe it's just a really bad starting strength weapon.
Yeah, maybe it's just a shitty ass great sword, which oh well, but
but even then, maybe balance it a little.
And then Lords of the Fallen, another Souls-like that comes out this year.
I'm not excited for that simply because Lords of the Fallen has been re-released like 6 times.
Really? I don't know anything about
I'm
that
exaggerating. It's more like 2 or 3, but it's still like, oh, that's iffy when you think about it.
I know the first one came out to pretty bad reviews.
It was pretty bad.
Lords of the Fallen. I actually haven't seen the first game. Is it just going to show me the new one? I don't want to see the new one.
It's probably just going to show you the new one.
God damn it.
Which is unfortunate, but
I was watching the like the 15, like, you know, games do all these like 15-minute gameplay trailer.
Yeah, the 15-minute games, 10 minutes of Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, so I was watching that, and you know, it doesn't look bad. Like,
no,
it's so fucking pretty.
It's a very pretty game, but that sets me off so much because fundamentally, like, what's that really mediocre Souls like that was on where you're like transferring between armors as like you're a husk?
Mortal Shell?
Mortal Shell?
Yeah.
Like that game's objectively, it's pretty, but it's really not that good.
Yeah, I was watching, I was like, I'm not sure I like the way this like looks, how it feels, you know?
It does not feel good.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Sandy.
And I had the same vibe with Lords of the Fallen, like the new one.
Yeah.
Like, it looks better than Mortal Shell, but people were like, if you want to compare it to a Souls game, which aside, I think the Souls games have the single best combat like experience of any game. Like, it's weighty, it feels responsive.
Yeah.
But they were like, it's like slightly sped up Dark Souls 2. I was like, I'm not sure how to feel about that.
Yeah.
But it's got some cool ideas, like the spirit world or whatever. That's neat.
Yeah, it does have neat ideas, but it's just not necessarily executed well.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure it costs 70 doubloons, and I'm not willing to put out 70 doubloons for Lords of the Fallen.
Yeah, I wouldn't be either, honestly.
The transmission was interrupted while we were downloading Magnum's data.
And finally, have you played Blasphemous?
Yes, I think I have.
Okay, because if you haven't, then if you like Castlevania, you'll like Blasphemous. It's really good.
No, I have.
I think it's my favorite Metroidvania. Because I liked Hollow Knight, but I don't like. I'm not like a Hollow Knight stan like so many people are.
Yeah, I mean, Hollow Knight to an extent, it's just a very hard Metroidvania innately. Like, Castlevania Symphony of the Night is hard, but it's also balanced in some regards that I feel Hollow Knight does lack to an extent because it's trying to be hard, which it's fair, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm all for a like genuinely hard game. Especially since it's more modern, they know what people are going to exploit, generally. Like,
that's true.
Castlevania Symphony of the Night has a spell in it called Soul Steal, which is left, right, half down, down, left, right, and it.
Wow.
I know. I have it memorized because it's that good. I think I have most of the spells in Castlevania of the hand memorized, just I can't name them all out. But Soul Steal, what it does is, in a room, if there are enemies in it, or if there's any kind of breakable object in it, because the way the game works, for like secrets and stuff, is they assign like walls and stuff health bars, because it's old, they can't really difference stuff like that.
Yes.
So you can just walk around, use Soul Steal over and over and over, and it just takes health from enemies and gives it to you.
Oh, okay.
And pretty
So,
once
like-
you get high enough, like in terms of your mana, which is based off your level in the game, once you get high enough, you can just spam it.
Okay, that's that's fun.
It is fun. But I think it only deals like 50 damage, to be fair. So
yeah,
it
but I mean,
steals-
life steal is always good.
Yeah, it deals 50 damage to every enemy it hits, is the thing.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, it is fun. Lifesteal is
Yeah.
a fun experience.
That's why Bloodborne's so good.
Yeah. And also because it's
But,
just a really good Souls game, generally.
Yeah.
They
Except
got,
for how it's not sometimes. But
yeah, Orphan of Cause.
no, Orphan of Cause. Okay, I've come around on Orphan of Cause because
Listen, I like Orphan of Cause, but it would be so much better if the game was in 60 frames.
yes, it would. Dude, they fucking did it.
Did they?
Modders. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They made it work apparently. Like I haven't seen it, but apparently like they made it so that because like the physics are tied to the frame rate, but they fixed it apparently.
Huh. Neat.
So
They fixed the
if-
physics.
yeah, I'm not sure how to install mods on like a PlayStation 5, and I
The
don't want to
answer
fucking
is
jailbreak it.
don't.
Yeah,
yeah,
I don't
the
want
answer
to
is
jailbreak
don't.
my PS5.
That's a very quick way to get like IP banned by Sony. Your
Yeah.
best
But-
bet would be finding a PS4 emulator, and then emulating Bloodborne on your computer,
Yeah, but
because those do
it's
exist.
awesome that they can do it now.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
Yeah, but I think people like to suck Bloodborne's dick a lot and praise it as
Yeah.
like the best Souls-like one. Sekiro, I haven't played that game, but that looks really good. I'm gonna buy it
Sekiro
soon.
looks really good, but the thing that puts me off of it is like my favorite thing in Souls games, at least, is like
builds, perhaps.
builds and fucking with weapons.
Yeah,
And Sekiro just has, I guess,
got
technically
none of
like
that.
3 weapons if you count the Mortal Blade, the axe, the hand thing you get, and your sword. Which, yeah, sure, I guess there's some variance there, but it's more like you're gonna be using most of that stuff constantly.
yeah. It's just like people have said that Sekiro has the best combat system of any Souls game, which I'm excited to play. But I do like me some build variety, and I feel like
I
Sekiro's
do.
replayability kind of gets
Suffers.
shot in the head. Yeah,
Because
but-
there's- I guess maybe you could play for the game like, what, maybe 3 times before it's like, yeah, I've kind of done everything.
yeah, which is what I'll do to get all
Yeah.
the endings or whatever. So I want to platinum every FromSoft game.
Yeah, oh, I tried, Wolong Fallen Dynasty.
That game looks really good.
It is, but it has its issues. It
Oh,
could
yeah.
have been. Okay. My first
It's made by
hours, it was made by.
Bandai, right?
No, it's
No?
it's made by Team Ninja, who makes Neo.
Yes.
Yeah, it's the same studio. It's basically Neo 3.
Yeah,
I was
I've
playing
seen-
for that recently. My first like 2 hours were hampered because I was playing it through Game Pass because I got Game Pass for free when I bought my laptop for college.
Okay.
So I got like a month of Game Pass for free. I was like, cool, that's fine. I'll use it. Play
Yeah.
Wolong on it. The first boss is hard, yes. It's a like legitimately hard. It's a full health 2-phase boss. You
Like,
complete the
each
boss's
phase is a
health one.
bar?
Yeah, each boss.
Okay.
Each phase is a full bar, which when you're learning mechanics kind of sucks, but whatever.
Yeah. Dude, imagine the first boss of Dark Souls 3 was Frida.
But my my main issue was for the first like 3 hours I could not get my fucking controller to work on this game, so I
Oh,
was
that
playing
sucks.
through it on mouse and keyboard.
Eee.
And then after, like, I was like, I cannot beat this boss on the mouse and keyboard. I just can't do it. Because mouse and keyboard on Wolong, it has, like, 4 different buttons for dodging and parrying. And they all do the same thing, but sometimes it
Oh,
will
that's weird.
misread it and just not dodge when you need to. Which that
Okay.
game relies on deflects, so if you don't dodge, you will just fucking die sometimes. Which is hilarious. But after roughly an hour of troubleshooting and just basically hitting my computer till it worked, I managed to get my PS4 controller to work through 2 external programs running at the same time. One called
Wow.
Hid Hide and one DS4 Mimic or whatever,
Yeah.
which just
big
mimics a
one.
PS4 controller,
Mhm.
which is it's really good for a bunch of stuff, like especially for emulators and stuff. It works. It's great.
Yeah.
Even though my emulator has a built-in controller thing, which is awesome. But
Yes.
after I connected my controller, I two-tried the boss, and I was like,
Absolutely,
let's go. Because I was getting used to the controller the first time through, because obviously I can't go back and fucking kill enemies, but
Mhm.
well, I could have, but that wouldn't really help me.
Yeah.
But then, yeah, second time I had everything down, I fucking annihilated them.
Yeah, of course.
But
I think I'm gonna buy that game when it goes
Honestly,
on sale.
I'd say do it. I'd also say pick up the Neo games. They're honestly really fun. They're
I've heard Neo isn't as good as Neo 2, so I might skip
honestly,
Neo 1.
Neo 2 is leagues better than Neo 1 in like every
Yeah.
way. It's not even
Yeah.
funny. The weapon choices, everything pretty much about it is just better.
Yeah, so I think I'll pick up Neo 2 first, and
I
then
would.
play Wolong. Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
Neo 2, honestly, yeah, genuinely. And also, the Neo games have a really well implemented co-op system. Like, probably the best in all of like the Souls-like genre. In that the way it works is like you set up a lobby and you go for the different missions, because it's mission based in those games.
Oh,
But
cool.
the way dying and stuff works in that game is you have like a little blue bar in the like middle right corner or so,
Okay.
and as you die, that blue bar gradually depletes. If you die too much, it ends the mission pretty much. It's mission failure. Except if you're in a boss fight. If that blue bar stops dying, you're just not allowed to revive anymore, and you just gotta like fuck it. We ball against the boss that's roughly like a half a point stronger or so than it would
Okay.
be in the regular game. Because
It's kind of
as
like
Dark Souls
Cuphead.
does, I guess, yeah, kind of.
But yeah, like
in a
Dark
really
Souls, you
scuffed
summon
way.
and
It
gets more health
increases
and
the
everything.
world difficulty, yeah. Neo,
Yeah.
it does the same thing. Enemies deal more damage, they've got a little more health.
Okay.
But, yeah. And also build crafting in Neo is really fun. They've got a whole bunch of shit going on. It's pretty similar to Dark Souls in that regard.
Yeah, that's good. But there's just so many good games.
So
coming
many
out.
games to play.
Yeah. Oh, if you want a good turn-based RPG that's coming out soon, Sea of Stars comes out this month, next month. It's made by the same people. Oh no, it's inspired by like Chrono Trigger.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it's they brought in one of the original composers of that game to do some music.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so there's a demo of it if you want to play that. It's probably on PS4, I'd assume.
If it's
not, it's on.
If it's a turn-based game, generally they can, because they can skimp on the gameplay mechanics relatively, because it's not hard to make a turn-based game work.
Yeah.
It's,
Although
I
it is
think it's-
like a timing-based turn-based game, if that makes sense. So like when you
Oh,
do
like-
attacks, you have to like time, like it's like Paper Mario kind of.
Oh, that's kind of neat.
Yeah, it's really good. I know I know the demo's on Switch because that's where I played it on. But I'm
Oh,
gonna
if
buy
it's
it
on Switch, it's
PS5.
totally on fucking PS4.
Yeah, it might not be. I actually don't know. But
I mean, if the Switch can run it, the PlayStation definitely can run it.
yeah, but it might just be a problem of they didn't develop it for the PS4 yet.
That could be true, but
Yeah.
from what I've
It's
seen, the PS4 and
probably not.
PS5 DualShock are pretty much the exact same.
Yeah.
Except like the
But
PS5 DualShock, it looks a little different, but it's got the same buttons.
mhm.
Whoa, shit!
But Sea Stars is really good. If you want a good turn-based RPG that comes out soon. And speaking of Blasphemous, the reason I was bringing that up, Blasphemous 2 comes out next month, this month,
Oh,
and whew, looks so good.
looks fun.
Yeah, I'm so excited for 30 different games coming
There-
out in the next
There's
4
there's
weeks.
so fucking much.
It's fucked up.
But like obviously there's a whole bunch of stuff like Assassin's Creed Mirage, which I know is probably not gonna be awesome, but I love Assassin's Creed and I just have to do it.
Yeah, I understand.
It's more of a I've played every single one of them. I'm committed now.
Yeah, you've been caught in the loop.
I even played the really really bad game on PSP, Assassin's Creed Liberation, which is just the worst fucking game I have ever played.
That's unfortunate.
Like, it was made as like a side thing to Assassin's Creed 3, technically, because it's PSP, Assassin's Creed, or PS3 and the PSP, relatively the same time, roughly. Liberty tries to use the same parkour system as 3, but it does not. It changed something that just makes it so sluggish and boring that I don't know what's wrong with it. Like, they've ported it to regular PlayStation.
Activision. Or who develops Assassin's
Ubisoft.
Creed? Ubisoft. Answer is Ubisoft.
Yeah, the answer is Ubisoft doesn't know how to make a video game. Listen, I am foolishly hopeful for Mirage. But I'm going in.
It'll be good this time.
I'm going in not expecting much.
Yeah, I mean Valhalla wasn't amazing, right?
No, Valhalla. No. The weird thing with Valhalla is it has really good bits of story that is broken up by hours of just the worst fucking gameplay ever, and the most meaningless story missions ever.
If you're gonna play a game and it has a shit-ass gameplay but good story, is it really a game, you know?
Okay, well, no, the gameplay's not awful. It's boring and repetitive, but it has a very good core system to it.
Okay.
I was over-exaggerating. Like, it's mindless would be the best way to describe it, I guess. And not in the same way that, like, the original Assassin's Creed, where, yeah, they're mindless. You hit 2 buttons, you win. But it's like, it's an unsatisfying mindlessness, in where you go R1, L1, R1, L1, just over and over. Yeah. Like, yeah, sure, I can try to make it entertaining by incorporating some of the weaker moves and whatnot to make it more flashy or whatever.
Dude, you're literally describing Dark Souls 3's combat right now.
Yeah.
R1, 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 dodge, R1, R1, R1.
Yeah. No, it's basically Dark Souls combat, honestly, but just bad.
Yeah.
And that doesn't have, like, the satisfying, like, oh, you get a parry, it makes a really loud fucking noise and does a flashy effect as you stab into them. Yeah, no, it doesn't do that.
That sucks.
It has its own, like, kind of, like, thing for it, but at most enemies you have to parry more than once, where it's not like a boss thing or, like, a special mini-boss enemy like it is in Dark Souls or Elden Ring.
It's just like a basic bitch?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's just, it can just be a basic bitch that has 2 stamina bars for some reason you have to break with a parry.
Yeah,
it's
that's
random
weird.
Foot dude you found on the side of a road. And the fucked up thing is, some of the bosses only have 1 stamina bar you gotta break.
Oh, like to kill them or to like do the parry, like
to
big damage?
do like the big parry thing.
Okay.
So like if you parry once, which sometimes it's honestly really inconsistent.
Yeah, as
like,
it typically is in
like
games.
Obviously they have their unparryable attacks that are marked by giant red fucking blurs.
Yep, I fucking hate that. I hate it so much. It's such a gamey feeling.
My favorite implementation of that is probably in Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance, which I think would be a hilarious game to play on the channel, by the way, at some point.
I would love to.
Because
that
it's
game looks
so
really cool.
fucking dumb. The game's plot of Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance is about the literal definition of memes.
Yep.
Not like
I've seen the game. Don't worry.
Yeah, it's
I've watched
hilarious.
it. Don't fuck with this senator.
Don't fuck with this senator. Like, it's hilarious. But especially the oh god, what's the one edit of that entire game that's hilarious? I forget who did it, but it's just mismatched redubbing of the original Metal Gear Rising, and it's kind of it's really funny. I'm forgetting who it is exactly. But yeah, that I think would be genuinely really funny to play on the channel.
Yeah, memes, the DNA of the soul.
Yes, that's very good. I think actually most because you know how you could customize your like what you say when you're playing co-op with someone in Monster Hunter.
Yes. Most
of my things are ripped from Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance, and it's hilarious. Like
the one thing I didn't do in Monster Hunter, change my silly little co-op.
I do it because I think it's funny, just seeing what I can get away with.
Yeah, but it also doesn't matter because like I only play online with Andrew, so if I want to say something funny, I'll just say it to him because we're in the same fucking room.
Yeah, you're in the same room.
Yeah.
But I don't know, Because I enjoy co-op because I like to see the stupid shit people do in Monster Hunter, like some dude in a bikini running around with a giant sword on his back.
Oh yeah.
Prized test
Which is just, I think it's funny.
anticipated your arrival.
Just generally.
Participate in a variety of exploratory combat scenarios I have prepared.
God, there's so much
You reward
random
your
stuff to
allies
talk
more than
about.
anyone else in the last
Yeah,
40
it's been a long time.
It's been a long
supporting
time.
spirit in this instance.
Huh? Oh, you know when like you see a person just like in the wild, I guess, or whatever. You see a random person, and they just kind of look like a serial killer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to Wawa today. I was getting lunch for myself. And I just saw a dude like that. The first words I heard out of his mouth were him walking up to his kid, just like, "Oh, what's she getting?" in like the worst voice imaginable. Yeah, it was both hilarious and it's like, Jesus Christ, what are you doing, my
Get
good
this
sir?
kid away from him.
Yeah.
In a dinosaur
Honest, it's so much in the hair of how telling like,
Follow
Jesus
the
Christ, what's going on with this dude?
That's how I tell if someone's racist or not.
It's
It's the
the
hair.
receding hairline, yeah.
It's the hair, the beard, and if they're white or not.
Initiating dinosaur culture. Preparing combat area.
Dude, we went to Philly like a couple weeks ago to go to the fucking Franklin Institute. 18 years old, by the way. It was fun for a little bit.
Yeah.
They were like, it would have been more fun if we didn't go on the same day they had a goddamn field trip from like some summer camp. There were hundreds of little children running around. I was ready to tear some throats out. But so many crackheads. So many crackheads.
It's Philly. I mean,
yeah.
like, I completely expect that out of Philly.
Like I never been to Philly proper. Like my dad lives in like a suburb of Philly, so like not real Philly.
Yeah.
But central, like not central city, but like the city is so horrifying.
Genuinely. It's like that in Allentown, in like the big city area of the, like, downtown Allentown is fucking horrifying. I had to go there to get a suit for prom, which, oh, that's a story and a half. When I went to get a suit for prom that I got for free, right? Because I won like a raffle or something to get a free tux, and I was like, awesome, cool. I guess I'll go to prom.
Save,
yeah, $100 save instead of having to buy a rental, right?
Yeah.
I got COVID for the third fucking time on prom weekend.
No.
I do.
Did you go to prom junior year at least? Like, did you get some prom experience?
No, I didn't get some prom experience junior year because
that
it was mostly just like, it was a money thing around that time of prom. They were charging a ridiculous price for it that I wasn't willing to pay unless it was my senior year, pretty much.
Yeah. I didn't go to prom either, but it was just because I was tired. I didn't feel like it.
That's valid. I was like intending on going fully, and then it's like, oh, haha, COVID.
Yeah, I mean,
fuck.
With me, I also heard prom sucked that year.
Oh.
It wasn't particularly good.
Apparently,
but,
our prom was pretty cool that year, which is unfortunate, but yeah,
Did
what do you do?
Oh wait, no, I was gonna ask, did you go to after prom? But one, I don't know if the school has after prom, and two,
I had COVID.
you had COVID.
the fucked up thing is that school year specifically, my senior year, is the only year I got COVID, and I got it 3 times in one year.
I might be the same. I didn't get it. I got it twice. I'm not sure if I got it twice during senior year, if I got it once junior year and once this year. But I got COVID, and then I got the flu. And let me tell you, when I say the flu kicked my ass way worse than COVID ever has.
Oh, dude, the first time I got COVID that year, it kicked my ass bad.
No, man. COVID was my bitch.
I was in bed for like basically a week.
Yeah. The flu kept me out of school for literally a month.
Jesus.
Because it started off with the flu, and then it gave me bronchitis, and then we went to the doctors and we said, we don't know what the fuck this is, you're staying home. And I said, oh.
You got some unknown pathogen.
I got an unknown pathogen week 3, and then week 4 the flu came back. So I was home for a month.
I was joking earlier today that if anything's going to kill me, it's going to be some unknown pathogen. Like I somehow bring back a different variation of the Black Death.
Follow the Watcher.
Crazy that's still around.
To next mission.
Yeah,
Initiating dinosaur
it is.
colony.
It's ridiculous.
Preparing combat. Please wait. A Dominator has been generated for your team.
That's annoying.
Use
not-
it to commandeer a
I was gonna
dinosaur
do my
to
big
attack.
healing wave and I got hit by the giant Dominator thing spawning in.
Womp womp.
Womp womp, I know. Huh. That's a new enemy type. They're purple and green. I love purple and green dinosaurs. They're my favorite. Hold still. It's so weird to play this game not full screen. It's making my aiming so much worse.
Really?
Doesn't
I
help
can't
I'm-
be that much different.
Well, the thing is, my projectiles aren't hit scan. They travel.
Yeah.
So if someone moves, I'm generally good at predicting them, but it's much harder to see. Summoning a T-Rex, excuse you? I've never fought that before.
So when are you playing windowed like 1920 by 1080, or are you playing windowed by like smaller than that? I feel like it changes.
Windowed 1920 by 1080. I
Oh,
run.
it's like a small white bar at the top of the screen. What do you want?
Yeah. That's the thing I just did, is the ultimate ability this character can do. I can freeze time for the dinosaurs.
Oh, cool.
And also enemies as well. Just freezes time for everybody that's not a teammate. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I'm getting bit by the
Yikes.
T-Rex.
That
was
seems
Jesus,
bad.
instant kill. Ooh. That was crazy. I've never seen a T-Rex before, actually, so that's new content.
The T-Rex. I feel like
Yeah.
that would be a common enemy.
No, at least you fight one, you quote-unquote fight one in the tutorial, but that's the enemy that pulls you out of the tutorial.
Okay.
The T-Rex spawns and you're like, oh shit, that's too tough for you, you gotta get out of here.
Actually, just Monster Hunter World. Look, the Anjanath, run!
Yeah,
Initiating
pretty much.
Area defense mission.
I think I might have actually killed the engine half, or at least weakened it to an extent, because I was like, fuck it, I'm not running. I was there for a while, but
Well, yeah, that's how Monster Hunter goes.
Summoning Brachiocephalosaurus.
it was a matter of pride, really.
Area defense.
It's like whenever like a Devil Hydro spawns in, I don't leave. It's a matter of pride. That fucker's gotta die.
Summoning Dinosaurs. Summoning Raptors. Area defense progress 50%.
It's kind of neat. The game, at least from what I've noticed, the game is actively getting harder in its dinosaur selection the more multiplayer matches you complete.
75%.
That's interesting, because you've
Because
been
those-
losing every single one.
Well, I've been losing every single one for a few
So I feel
reasons,
like it should
but I'm not gonna.
make it easier.
No, I think it's the story thing of the adding more dinosaurs. Because
Oh, okay.
those purple dinosaurs we saw in the second match and this match, I've never seen them before.
Follow the Watcher.
Got out.
Proceed
Yeah,
to
I
next
like-
mission.
I look at this game and I see like just a
Colors.
multiplayer game. I don't see any. Well, yeah, yes, I see just colors pretty much with no knowledge of it, but like I wasn't expecting it to have a story at all,
Yeah.
really.
Increasing hazard levels.
It's not particularly good and I'm not paying it. It's like a kind of Monster Hunter where, yeah, I enjoy the Monster Hunter story to an extent, but like,
Yeah.
I'm there to kill big monsters.
Yes, sir.
Prepare for battle. Summoning a Pteranodon swarm.
What's your favorite monster, James?
Fun fact.
Favorite monster?
Inside, raptors are lured by your scent.
I really like the
They find
final boss battle in World. I like that fight a lot.
your out.
Is it what, Xenojiva?
Xenojiva, yeah, I like that monster a lot. It's a very fun fight.
I will provide
You know, you're the first person I ever heard say that.
Really?
Yeah, most
I-
people really don't like Xeno.
I like it a lot. I think it's an interesting fight. It's weird for me, mostly because it's the only monster I can't mount in
Yeah.
with the insect glaive, which I guess, yeah, sure, kind of sucks, but I like the learning curve.
close the performance. Area defense.
Yeah, people's problems with it are like I haven't played World. I just barely played it. But from what I've heard, Xeno's hitboxes are really wonky sometimes.
They do tend to be, but I like the fight, and I like how the aesthetic of it quite a bit.
Yeah, no, the
If I were-
aesthetic's awesome.
If I were to go for like an actual monster,
Yeah.
that's not like a final boss, you know?
Not like a spectacle fight.
Yeah. It's tough. I like most of the monster fights, honestly. I really like I like the big like toad lizard in Rise you fight. That's like shoots rocks at you the entire time.
Pteranodon?
I think I know it just picks up rocks and it's in the water and it throws them at you, and I think it's hilarious.
The green.
You will now
Yeah, the big
commence
green
the
thing.
final mission.
It's the Pteranodon.
Yeah,
he's
Pteranodon.
fun.
I like fighting him.
Interdimensional travel.
He's a silly little guy.
The final mission will be
Yeah,
the
he's
Omega
just a
Shot.
goofy guy.
Retrieve
Yeah.
the hammer with your team, and then
I will
get
say,
the
I think Rise's
dinosaurs
monster
to
selection is
charge.
pretty weak overall.
Fully charged.
Yeah,
Um,
especially
Use it to
opening.
destroy the target.
Like,
Yeah.
Summon raptors.
compared to fighting an
Actiphom.
Anjanath as like your first act in World, basically,
Yeah.
which
Like,
I think is a great introduction. Honestly, it's basically T-Rex.
Yeah, it's just cool.
It's a cool
Although I
fight,
will
and then
say,
you
the,
fight.
the opening of World is really slow sometimes.
It can
Like,
be, like especially all
Wow,
the
look at this
tracking shit you
Rathian.
have to do.
yeah.
I do like the spectacle
Rise-
of the dragon fights though, as well.
Yeah.
Just generally.
Rise's monsters are just kind of boring. Like base Rise specifically, because Sunbreak has a lot of good stuff. But like like all the early game monsters in Rise kind of suck. Like Actisom, Great Azuchi,
Summoning gas.
I don't know. Keizu's always sucked in every Monster Hunter game it's ever been in. And I hate him even more in Rise.
I'm not a fan of the final boss monster. Like not the final boss, but like the first technical boss you fight in Rise. I forget. It's the big purple dude that shoots fucking exploding spikes at you. I'm not too big a fan.
Magnamalo?
Yeah, Magnamalo.
Yeah.
Not too big a fan of him, honestly. Like he was interesting in some regards, learning to adapt around him. Most of it was like he just does a fuck ton of damage for no reason at some points.
Dude, when in base Rise, I swapped weapons. I played 3 different weapons over the course of Rise's lifespan. I started with Greatsword, played that for the entirety of low and high rank. Then when Sunbreak came out, I swapped to Gun Lance,
Summon raptors.
and then now I play Lance. So 2 similar weapons and 1 slow weapon. They're all slow, but so imagine fighting Magnamalo where your main game plan is shoulder tackling its gigantic explosive
Yeah.
tackle.
Commandeer
It sucks.
and attack the enemies.
Well, the
But-
thing is, because especially when you get him like to his half health stage where he starts doing his second phase. Thing with Bo, at least, he just fucking charges you at like light speed and annihilates you.
Yeah. But I like fighting with Lance, because I don't know anything about Lance and Rise, because once again I only played it in Sunbreak, but it has a wire bug attack where it parries, and then you get a damage buff based on the damage of the move that you parried. So,
So you have to parry a
parrying-
really high damage move.
yeah, so whenever Magma does his big ol' like run around the screen and then explode on top of you with a tackle, you gotta parry the end of it, and you get a kind of like 0.5 damage buff, and it's
Oh,
so
that's
hard. Yeah, it's good.
What?
Yikes.
I think he
Not
just
sure what
hit
hit
me
you.
with a rock.
Yeah. I, was
I
like,
think he tail
oh, yeah,
smacked a
boulder
rock
toss.
at me. Yeah.
He got your ass.
It's fucking Magnamalo.
Summon raptors.
We're kind of pulling it back.
Oh yeah. We're gonna win our first game
We might.
with Sissy or Sussy. Sussy Carper?
No, Sissy Camper.
Sissy Camper.
I have awarded
Little
your
Which-
team a domino. They may
The funny little name.
dinosaur.
Yeah. I like Sussy Carper.
Considering our Discord logo is Among Us, yeah, I can imagine.
God.
What
It's
the
okay
hell?
to be sus. The that meme is from like 2018.
Dude, did you like find that at the high school?
On your
Yeah, I think I
Huh.
no, I think it was
Oh, it's just
another
online.
yeah, I think it was. I mean, it was at a high school. It was like attached to a locker.
Yeah, I thought it was
But
at
it wasn't-
our, not, I guess your high school,
No.
not mine, technically. It was for a
Right.
little bit.
For a tiny bit of time.
Yeah. half of freshman year a bit.
It's like 3/4.
Well, you gotta remember, I moved, so I was in the process of transferring, so it might as well have been half, and then COVID happened, and then I didn't have freshman year, basically.
Yep, that's true. Did you win or did you lose?
We lost. But I don't know how.
Womp.
It was weird. We lost, but we were doing better than the enemy, I believe. Unless I was misreading the screen. I could go watch it back and just absolutely be wrong. But I thought we were doing better because we were charging the hammer faster.
Well,
but then we get to the final
better,
point.
But simply not good enough.
Yeah, we get to the final point and they basically have the hammer charged instantly and slam it down.
Yeah. Oh well.
Yeah. Well, I'd say that's probably good enough.
I do too.
I'll have to cut it down a little because it is an hour long, but maybe not.
Yeah,
It's all pretty good content.
Yeah,
honestly.
and it was just a long conversation, and also this is the last video we're gonna be uploading for like 2 months minimum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 months, because yeah, I think the first break we'd really have would be Thanksgiving, at least for me, because colleague.
Womp womp.
Womp womp. I had to buy a fucking fridge. Not a fridge, like a mini fridge. I had to buy a mini fridge. I should have added the word mini, but
it's a pretty
yeah, I've got a mini fridge and a microwave in my room right now, along with a bunch of all the other college stuff I bought.
But you guys do have a fridge, right?
We do have a fridge at home, yes.
Okay. Well, like in your dorm.
Oh, no.
You don't have a fridge in your dorm?
No, I don't believe so.
It
wasn't listed
stove?
online. I don't think so. Listen,
what the hell? How are you gonna do anything?
Mostly, I'm gonna be surviving off the food that is prepped at the college, which seemed pretty good for my orientation.
Oh, and they like serve stuff. Okay.
Yeah, everybody gets a meal plan.
Okay, then
their
never
freshman
mind.
year,
I understand.
which covers me for 19 meals a week, which is fine because I only eat roughly 14 a week.
Okay.
So I have 5 extra.
Yeah.
Because I don't
So what
eat
do you
breakfast.
Sophomore year, do you get moved to a dorm that has accommodations like that, or?
I don't know. If I don't, honestly, I'm probably gonna buy like a portable stove.
Sure, yeah.
I'd buy one of those, get a saucepan or 2, and then actually cook for myself. Because listen, I imagine college food is better than high school food, but
you have to assume. But one can only survive on school food for so long.
I like cooking too much.
Yeah, it's fun.
I like cooking. I made red velvet cake recently, which was really fucking good. I'm so proud that I nailed it this time, because the first time I tried to make red velvet cake, I destroyed an entire pan.
No!
I
don't even know how that's possible, but good for you.
Listen, apparently I fucked up the batter so much by something, even though I followed the instructions to the letter, that the batter just yeah, as far as I'm aware, I followed the instruction perfectly. I guess maybe not, but like, it was legitimately stuck to the inside of the pan and water was not moving it.
Oh, wow.
It didn't rise, it didn't do anything. It was just stuck to the pan. I'm thinking maybe I got really bad yeast that didn't activate. I'm thinking that's what happened.
Yeah.
Because I baked like other stuff before. I made cinnamon rolls for scratch for my AP Bio class, because we did like a food day since we were.
Okay, I was like, huh, that's an odd assignment.
Yeah, no, nobody else actually made something from scratch. I was the one. Actually, I think Elizabeth did, but eh.
Let's go, Elizabeth.
Let's go. Yeah, yeah, Elizabeth was the other baker, pretty much. I think she made bread for like old medieval bread for history class once, which was neat.
Yeah.
But yeah, I made cinnamon rolls since we did like a breakfast day, and I was like, yeah, that's breakfasty, which they are to an extent if you go like bakery breakfast. And I did pretty well with them. By the time they reached the school, they were more like cinnamon biscuits, but they were still pretty good. It was just the outer layer was a little tougher.
A little crunchy.
The inside was pretty moist and nice.
Yeah.
But it was just a little dry on the outside.
Yeah, for senior week. Did you go on senior week? I assume you did.
Senior week. Oh, no, because our senior week, it happened the moment the Canadian wildfires did. It pretty much just got canceled. Like, I was gonna go a day late so I can like collect myself. And also because all the people I were going with going a day late. Why the fuck would I be there by myself?
Yeah.
But then it just got straight up canceled because the Canadian wildfire thing happened and all of the air quality was shit.
Yeah, that really sucks. Where
Yeah.
are you gonna go?
I think we were just going to. I think we were going to Cape. No, not Cape May. But, it was somewhere in New Jersey. I think. I'm pretty sure. I forget exactly. I shunned the memory from mine because it was like, well, it's kind of shit.
I mean, if you're going to, I assume you were going to like Ocean City in New Jersey then.
Maybe. Yeah, I think so.
'Cause we went to Ocean City, Maryland for our senior week, which was excellent. My goodness.
I imagine that's farther away from the fires and whatnot.
Yeah.
So it
Also,
would have been a little nicer.
Actually, maybe the fires were going on at the time, but I think it was like, I think we left the day that people were saying that it was like clearing out, and also we had the ocean breeze to carry all the shit away, so
Yeah.
wasn't really a factor. But we all did. The way we structured meals was that we did pairs of 2, and we cooked every day.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So I think like Wednesday or Thursday, Will, Jeff, and I cooked up sesame chicken,
Oh.
and that was the. I asked because he suggested it, and I asked him, "Hey, have you ever made this before?" He said,
He's
"No."
like, nope. Very a Will
Which was-
thing to do.
Yeah, which is fucking horrifying.
Have you ever made this
Um,
before? Oh my god, are we about to give our entire fucking like roommates salmonella?
It's not even that. We were gonna fucking smoke out the entire house because we used a wok, which is cool.
Yeah.
'Cause
I don't
for
think
some
you're
reason
meant
the
to
house
use
just
that
had a wok.
for sesame chicken, but you know,
Yeah,
pop
but,
off.
Yeah, so we fried that up, and the house that we were staying in, all the windows were, they had air conditioners in them, so you could like open them. So, and there were no fans either, like on the ceiling.
So you smoked out the interior of the house
Literally,
cooking.
the toxic
Fire
smoke,
alarm blaring
Yep.
all the time.
Will and I were
Doors
literally,
wide
our eyes
open.
were our eyes were streaming tears, and we were finishing
Cooking it.
yeah, what's the word? Frying it.
Yeah, was it
and-
good?
It was fucking amazing.
I imagine.
Yeah,
I hope so.
Dude, yeah, dude, if it wasn't, I was gonna kill myself.
If it was bad, you're like, oh fuck, god
Yeah.
damn it.
But I have the recipe on my phone still. And the sauce, oh my goodness,
Ooh.
delectable, to say the least.
Nice.
But it wasn't that hard to make.
It
But,
wasn't hard to make, but it was like
yeah, but like the circumstances that in the house
made
we were
it
in
difficult.
made it so hard. But like if you had the proper setup, it would have been pretty easy.
Hmm.
But yeah, it was good. It turned out really, really well. Probably the best sesame chicken I've ever had, which is so.
I mean,
awesome.
cooking with friends, I think, just makes it better innately, right?
Oh yeah, that's true.
Like, yeah, sure. Like, obviously, I love home cooking. I love my family does, but there's something different about going out and eating with friends.
Yeah.
It just is. Like, even if it's
And, like-
it could be grocery store sushi, which I think I got with Julian when we went to go see Endgame. We got
Okay.
giant sushi before the things. We were like, fuck it, why not? We got that because we were dicking around because we had like, I think, a half an hour or more, maybe like an entire hour, honestly, before the movie started.
Mhm.
We went, ate. It was just good. Even if it wasn't really the best.
Yeah, it's just
But it
the
was just
vibes
enjoyable.
bring up
It's
the
a different
food.
vibe. Yeah. It
Yeah.
makes it taste better.
Not even joking, I agree with you. Like,
Fully, honestly.
yeah, like the food legitimately does taste better with friends.
Yeah.
Well,
I think that's a good place to end it.
I agree. Friendship always wins. Smosh is back together.
Yeah, which is a weird thing, but we're not gonna talk about it because we'll go
Nope.
on like another 10-minute tangent.
But I don't even have that much to say about it. I was never
Yeah.
a big Smosh kid.
I've gotten into Smosh recently because
You know what? Me too.
I like some of the things they do, some of the joke series they do. I think it's cool.
Yeah, I just watch silly little compilation videos of all the funny stuff.
Yeah.
And the funerals are hilarious, unironically. Good shit.
Such a good out of context soundbite. The funerals are hilarious.
Go watch some funerals, folks.
Yeah. Alright. Anyway, that's all for today, gamers. A little bit longer. Basically a podcast, honestly, with gameplay in the background, considering how long
Yeah.
this is. But, That's kind of all
And I
of our
think
videos.
that's warranted for our last video for the foreseeable future.
Yes.
And then eventually we'll upload
Reconvene.
some Bloodborne Let's Play
Yeah. Well,
at some point.
we'll see you later, gamers.
Thank you for watching.
Bye-bye.
Bye.